Let's enter the revolution. Hey, what's up, AI troopers? So, I am now getting into reacting to AleXa's comeback. I'm gonna start off with this very mysterious Enter the AleXa World video. I have no idea what this video has to offer as far as if it's gonna be like an intro, if it's gonna be like a teaser, but then again, it's like even like the length of a full music video, so I don't know what to expect from this, so let's just check this out. Let's go. A very barren looking snowy wasteland. Environmental destruction and wars created a planet of chaos. True, that makes sense. It was an unspoken goal to create an artificial consciousness that would take humanity to the next level. AleXa, a force stepped in evolution, an ideal transhuman brain. Okay, so it's talking about AleXa being like the bringer of the revolution to save the planet. Okay, I should let it. Z-Corp was the first to make a new intelligence based on the human brain. Again, AleXa. A new era of humanity that had been predicted for centuries was finally about to begin. The revolution. This creation marked the beginning of the Civil Wars. Not surprised there. Wasn't expecting to pause as much, but okay. So yeah, this is definitely building up a lot of the storyline, which I like. Many prototypes were made. Yep, right, I remember the beginning of Bomb. So that's what those were. Interesting. And many were discarded in the making of the perfect AI. When the first AI soldiers were created, they were deemed a national threat by every country that didn't have their own AI weapons. Again, not surprised. The first Android war broke out, and it was the AI nations that won the war. The first Android war broke out, and it was the AI nations. Interesting. And the other nations didn't even stand a chance. Yeah, well, okay. Jeez, just a few bits and pieces to read. The first war was over, but the damage had been done, as we saw in like pretty much throughout Bomb and even in the beginning of Do or Die. The lasting threat of global warfare spurred the need for more innovation. True. The AI soldiers had to be improved. Very true. They needed to be unstoppable. Why is this kind of giving me Age of Ultron vibes? This goal, driven by fear and greed, again, not surprised, led to brutal courses of training, simulations as they called it, some cruel, some merciless. Yikes. Anything to achieve full potential. So essentially creating weapons of mass destruction, I guess. Yeah. Okay. AleXa Prototype 0 was put to the test. Oh, that's an interesting way of setting the perspective for Do or Die. That was her simulation test of some sorts. Interesting, okay. Day in and day out, her opponents were always the other AleXas. I love how in 1MB it sets up like, you know, the universe and you gotta like guess everything, and then there's like this specific type of video that's like, yeah, we're just gonna give you all the answers. We know you work your brains too much. Thank you, ZB Label. Her opponents were always the other Alexas, hence that really weird alien cyborg creature that she was dealing with in Do or Die. Android bodies that talked like her, that moved like her. But slowly she began to realize she was special. Danyka Nadeau. A hybrid based on a real-life human's brain with memories of a real life. Interesting. This is really interesting. Anguished by the discovery of her true self, AleXa made her move. She wants to survive. Not as an intelligence, but as a real, living, breathing human. That makes sense. Honestly, I feel like any creature that discovers that they have more human in them than android would kind of, at least on some level, want that sense of normalcy to connect to their human side. I feel like, while that is a very, very common thing, it does make sense. I was actually remembering AleXa was talking with Jay on their podcast in Dive Studios, and she was talking about this comeback, how it was like the third part of this like 3-part trilogy of Bomb, Do or Die, and now Revolution. I totally see how this is like concluding like the first part of the chapter, like the trilogy. It makes so much sense. Okay, let's go, keep going. She won't let herself or her fellow Alexas become a tool of ZB Corp's Sorry, I cannot freaking read. Start that again. She won't let herself or her fellow Alexas become a tool of ZB Corp lab success. How could she when this evil was the cause of their suffering? How could she when this evil was the cause of their suffering? I need to read that to myself again to make it make sense in my own head. She won't let herself or her fellow Alexas become a tool of ZB Corp success. How could she when this evil was the cause of their suffering? Yeah, I get it now. That took me a second. She knew then that the only way to search for the answers was to escape this place she's been bound to, once and for all. That's very true. Freedom! AleXa was free. It was her against the world. At least that's what it felt like. Now this is starting to sound like a, well, it basically is a sci-fi fiction, isn't it? Sci-fi fantasy fiction. Traversing through an old abandoned factory, Do or Die, that once served as the command center for ZB Corp Labs, AleXa came face to face with a dark reflection of herself. Another AleXa. Yes, see, I knew it. It was so obvious by a cut on the hand, and I love that ZB is literally just like, here are the answers. You don't need to do no thinking, no theories, and no nothing. Here's the answers right in the palm of your hands. Compared to Picket labels, it's such a refreshing taste. No shade to Picket, but like, it's true. I also really like the music they put in for this video. It really sets the mood. Wow, they are making me read a lot, aren't they? Every day led her closer and closer to finding the truth. Strange yet familiar writing on the walls, which we saw in Villain, the remnants of data on abandoned servers, fragments of memories flooded her mind, which I kind of feel like also played into Villain because we saw her reach her hand out to like a bunch of different other AleXas. And AleXa's ability grew, so did her rage, naturally. These fragments are what remained from hundreds of iterations of Project Zero, hundreds of rejected android bodies, hundreds of variations of herself. Yeah, like I said. And she was the only one that could see them. Kind of also makes sense. Scattered about an android graveyard, abandoned as soon as they were deemed useless, and yet amidst the wasteland of bodies, AleXa could still sense their pain. They were still alive, just barely. That is so sad. Like, damn, that, yikes. She knew what she had to do. Ooh, we love a cliffhanger. Well, a good cliffhanger. Not a cliffhanger that drives you nuts, but like this kind of cliffhanger. Oh, sorry. So much reading, my gosh. She would infiltrate ZB Corp's main service. This is service? I meant servers. Gain access to the host brain and rekindle the hive mind. She would become one entity with her fallen sisters, thousands of parts to create the force that finally finishes what her past self started so long ago. She would end things once and for all. Her revolution is beginning. Oh, this sounds so cool. I'm so into this. A revolution of the mind. I love these narrations. I really like them. Our girl is taking back control. And we love it. This is making me so excited for the actual music video too. Like, it's gonna be so action-packed and always gonna be so badass. I'm gonna be losing all sense of chill. Armed with the fury of thousands of ravaged and tortured androids, AleXa returned to CB Corp to confront her oppressors. Every attack only made her stronger. Doesn't kill ya, makes you stronger. All androids, evil and good, were connected to AleXa in its origin. AleXa and her brethren have a secret. Ooh. Their connection to an ancient weapon. Ooh, okay. Built to lead the troops to the revolutionary war to save the world. A secret weapon. Oh, that sounds so cool. And we are basically at the end, yeah. And they close on access tonight. That's kind of funny. Wow, okay, so luckily I didn't have to do no theorizing, maybe except for what I think the secret weapon could be. But I can't help but find it so funny that CB was just like, you don't kind of English. You guys don't have to do any theorizing at all. Here's the answers right here, take them. They're yours. Damn. This is so interesting. I am even more excited now to check out the music video, which will be in my next video, like directly in my next video. And yeah, so this was really fun and really interesting to watch / read. And I'm very excited where this will go. So I guess I can kind of deem this a part 1, I guess. That kind of makes sense. So I will see you guys in part 2, which will be my reaction to the official MV. See you in part 2.